So
anyway, that was connected, like back on the branch to get us there. Was
the war that's happening right now on Earth, basically, it's a war between good vibes, battle of good and evil, light and dark, whatever you want to use, analogy you want to use.
It's not just new. This has been since the dawn.
Of course,
man.
since the dawn of man, since one guy picked up a club and went,
yeah,
you know,
ego. This is, you know,
wanting the Garden of Eden, if you like, if you want to use an allegory, like an analogy. You know,
it's one of the oldest.
The apple of knowledge is literally like, you know, plucking thought, thinking about paradise. You're in paradise. You have absolutely everything you need. You're being provided for, and you start thinking about it, and the thoughts lead to trouble, basically desire, like judging life. So you're going, you open up the door to fear, and that causes all those problems down the line. Again, that's something we can talk about in detail later. But what's happening now is the battle for good and evil, and it's intensifying.
It's happening in everybody's minds, first of all.
That's what I was just going to say.
It does sound extremely kind of dramatic to maybe some people. They'll be like, oh my god, yeah, but other people will be like, this sounds crazy, this is nuts, there's no battle of good and evil, we're not in some fairy tale
things are going better
story, you know, we're in this kind of boring 21st century where people are stressed out of their friggin' heads and whatever. It's more, you know, if we want to kind of take it onto a very personal level, it's the fear and the faith thing. It's the, are you looking through rose-tinted spectacles or poop-tinted spectacles? Is this a dream vibe energy or is it a nightmare energy? And it, unfortunately, it really is that black and white, and that's what people, they're thinking, no, it's shades of grey, but it's not. It's
we're talking moment to moment. There is no shades of grey. You're either living one or the other, really, because
well, it is. And I was saying that to you today. I was like, yeah, this is, have faith. And you were like, but where's the money going to come from? And I'm like, just have faith. And it's just, you're stuck in that, and you're like, but, and I'm like, you're still butting it, you know.
Yeah, you're literally insane. You've been you can't think.
But also, to be fair, because not every argument is one person is in the wrong.
Yeah.
So to be fair, I realised afterwards that what it is we're doing not just a tug of war of energy, but we're doing a tug of war of fear.
Yeah.
So I have the fear that we won't be able to spread good energy and good vibes because we'll be judged by people for being the povers wearing the same clothes again.
Haven't we made that clear already, that we are?
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you're saying that in the moment you're thinking, not thinking
in the
straight.
moment I'm thinking, oh God, you know, maybe there should be some nice stuff that we can have a look at, and you know, so that's my fear. It's not. It's like a minuscule fear, but still, that's what it is. And so I've got my fear, and
plus it's hard to just go in for one thing and go, oh yeah, that and that, and then you say, oh, there's another thing that we could use in the future as well. So, you know, rather than getting what we need right now.
A lot of these things also have second-hand
deals, like a bag for this much or something.
No, but second-hand like kitchen stuff, and it's not just clothes.
Yeah,
stuff,
it's not just clothes.
So yeah, of course, we always need something for the garden. I know. Anyway, but that's what it is. So with lots of couples, if you're sometimes having these kind of, if you feel it really is a tug of war, it's like, it's not just I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right. It's my fear trumps your fear. So say maybe people be arguing. One of the big, except for money and stuff like that, I suppose, is people arguing about how to spend their weekends. You know, with or Christmases with which in-laws, but it's this, you know, I we live very far away from our families, so I can't even imagine the stress. And I was never born in the same town that I lived in all my life. I've never had that. But if you were born in the same town, you lived in all your life, and your family are from that town, and you met somebody from that town, then you've got a whole load. You've got a massive network of people that you are obliged, you really are obligated to. It's this person's birthday, so we have to get them this, and we're going. They've invited us for dinner. Like, I can't even imagine the stress. That's really hard. So I'm sure couples argue very often about that kind of stuff. And so it's that tug of war again of, no, but I don't want to upset this person, or I don't want to upset the person, and this is more important, that is more important. And I suppose the real answer is no one is right, you know.
Fear is just wrong.
Yeah, it's just
and if you're in the grips of that, then...
It's just, and I don't know, in the past we've thought, another good thing is writing stuff down, write a letter to the other person, or a little mission statement. What is it exactly you're saying? Because the conversation is so, or if you want to have conversation, do a conch situation. Have got the conch, you know, and that's really good to have a conch, and you have to obey by the conch rules, you know. You can put a timer on your talking if you want, but sorry, the conch, just in case people haven't read that book, is that when they have the conch is when their time to speak, just in case people didn't know. And
Lord of the Flies.
yes, so equally brilliant and awful, like so many great books. They're just so repulsive and beautiful at the same time. They kind of do the whole spectrum of human emotion and feeling.
Human condition.
The human condition, you know, because that's what we are. We are a spectrum, and we think we're...
We're going to face trials, obviously, all the time. And I don't know, I had a very interesting conversation with my brother the other night, and he was just like saying that, I don't know, I was just saying that there's so many things that just come at us all the time, but that's just part of the buzz of being alive, I suppose. I don't know where I was going with that.
I was thinking, because I went to bed early, so you were up till 3 or something talking to him.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we connected, so yeah, it was good.
He's a cool guy.
He is a cool guy. So yeah, this is what's playing out, and it's what do you feel like you've...
No, I'm literally just looking at sometimes I forget that I can talk to. I'm just like, cool, what's Joe saying? I feel like I'm watching the show, talking to you. No, it's true. And then when I start talking, then maybe I don't start. I don't know.
Well, I'd like to hear what you have to say.
What do I have to say? I don't know. I'm getting... I didn't think it would happen, but I'm getting a little bit chilly.
Yeah,
so
because we did walk here, so we got...
grab a blanket.
We've got this lovely
I know, but that's using that as my...
granny cardigan, waistcoat.
I do. I'm going to put... Oh, yes, I have that.
Do you put that on first
I
and
won't
then
put
that?
this on. Well, I won't put this on.
Yes.
I'll put it on. No, I won't put this one on at all. But I will put my little... Thank you very much.
You might need it after.
This is so lovely.
The sun has just gone down past the mountains.
Thank you. This is one of my favourite, I don't know, granny chic, you know?
Granny chic. Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I love it. It's so cute. Somebody made this, you know?
Yeah.
This is handmade. This has been knitted first, and then it's been embroidered, if you even call it embroidered. But anyway, I like it.
Yeah. So we're going to look for some more granny gear next week.
Maybe that's it. You kind of dress in granny clothes before you're a granny, then you don't kind of look so obvious as being a granny because you kind of always dress like that.
Yeah.
And then there's the other question: did our grannies ever put granny clothes on, or was that the clothes that were cool when they were young?
Yeah, I think so.
And then that's what we think of being granny clothes. But
Yeah,
that
because
just
if
was
you
young people clothes.
look at grannies these days, they're wearing jeans and
That is true.
and that's just because there wasn't, you know.
It's very interesting. I always feel like old people, I don't know, I like old people. They really are time capsules to another time. And you can just sit and talk, like we have down there the lady who sells us her eggs. Gosh, I mean, she'd be in her
So good.
80s and
Eggs are so good.
her eggs are great, but she's just so, I just love talking to her about, and when you were small, what happened? Because she isn't going to be around forever. And
I might do a video
and
with
she's
her.
alone now.
I might do a video with
That
them.
would be really nice.
Just call down.
And she just, I don't know, it's just really interesting to hear about, and to hear about how she feels the times have changed. And I mean, she's in the countryside, she's not living in the city, so maybe she doesn't quite understand how times have changed that much. But just for her to say, she just said just quality has gone down. Everyone wants more quantity of things instead of quality. People have no time anymore. Everyone's so busy. There's no community. People aren't spending proper time together. It was really interesting just that she said that when she was young, before electricity, can you imagine, like that blew my mind, that there was a time, and another old lady that we know,
Yeah.
they remember electricity coming
Turning
on.
it on, yeah.
Like that must have been, gosh, one of the biggest trips ever,
Yeah.
to not have electricity, to just have the oil lamps and then have electricity.
Yeah, just chunk.
Wow.
It's like, wow, the house is way dirtier than I thought.
Yeah. Oh, damn it, now I need to really clean.
Yeah.
Is that why we have candles? Is it to save money on electricity or to save time on cleaning?
Bit of both.
But she said that along this area anyway, which is much like many areas, I suppose, in the countryside in the world, really, is that in the evenings, because they didn't have TV, the men and women and the kids would meet at a barn, someone's barn, who are the biggest, I saw the nicest or something, and they'd all have different jobs. So the women would be there, maybe darning and knitting and that kind of stuff, and then the men would be smoking pipes. No. Then the men would be
making butter or taking the corn off the cob.
Yeah, doing with the corn on the cob, taking the knife and with the dry. I think it was with the dry corn. Like,
yeah, it was dried, and there's a thing that they used to. What do they call the word? What's the word? Shuck it or something like that.
Chuck.
Chuck or shuck?
Chuck, I don't know.
I have to look at that one up.
I don't know, something like that. And
so they'd have the corn, getting all the corn off the
she
cob.
says the best part about it was that. Sorry.
We even went to a market there last autumn where they were doing it with the old equipment.
Oh, that's lovely. Is that everyone was together, you know?
Yeah, because that was the entertainment. You chatted, and your entertainment was doing the jobs while talking to each other, and just that was the TV. That was the And it was dark outside, so that's it. Do your stuff or whatever, have the candles, and then go to bed and get up when the sun comes up again.
The kids would be just chatting away, and it was just different. It was
fire going, obviously in the winter.
Yeah, it was another time, and it was really I don't know, it was more community and I don't know, real connectivity. You know, I read something today that said, and all the achievements we've had in technology and connectivity, and I was thinking, well,
we've never been more disconnected.
Connectivity, guys, really? Is that
like within the family unit and locally? Yes, we can have a Zoom call with somebody in Australia instantaneously and that kind of stuff, but everything's through the filter of the. Am I sounding really kind of old-fashioned now?
No.
It's like we're not learning. Our children aren't learning social cues, and that you go into a cafe. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. Maybe that they're all on their phones, like they're all in a circle on their phones, and it's like it's a couple of generations away that you just won't know how to interact with people in person, because it's so convenient to communicate through another medium, to whatever's available electronically or whatever. Anyway.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want any more tea?
Please. The thing about rooibos as well is you can drink loads of it, because it's so easy to drink.
Yeah. I don't too much.
We don't have shares in the company.
I don't think there is a company. Anyway, so what do we want to talk about today? You were talking about the kind of energy vibe right now in the world, where it does feel a little bit kind of biblical vibe, that there is this kind of going to what
battle for the souls of men and women.
Well, going to what was said by our egg lady, our lovely wise egg lady, that it is why have we got no time? Like, why has the time disappeared? And why are people feeling less free? We were there's a lovely t-shirt that I saw on t-shirt company that said, isn't this supposed to be the future? Aren't we supposed to have like jetpacks and have more time than ever, and flying cars and all
technology
that
that can do all the mundane stuff, so we have more free time? Because essentially we do want to have more free time, don't we?
Yes, we do. Hold on. We've got a lovely thing to read as well. Just a little little line.
Yeah. Just read it today, so we might finish with that.
Which was very apt as well, reading it today.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I have to just get something here.
Very apt to it, in terms of like, if you want to say, if you listen hard enough, the universe is speaking to you. seemed very apt about today. Should I just read it? And then we'll...
All right.
Oh, you read it, actually. You have a nice reading voice.
You have a nice voice too, my love. You have the Irish accent, which everyone loves. My voice is funny today. All right, so
March 29th.
March 29th, eh? This is Guy Finn's. So, this is actually really beautiful. This is really nice. Our reluctance to throw ourselves into life with all that we are, to abandon ourselves, come what may, is born of the fear that we may not be enough to succeed. But the truth is, within us dwells more than we take ourselves to be. And it is only by leaping do we learn of unseen wings that open only in midair. And that's, we read this years ago, and that's really, sometimes to me I feel, there's a lovely quote that I saw somewhere that said, what if I fall? But oh my dear, what if you fly?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's that feeling that maybe our wings only open up when we have the wind underneath them. It's like we're trying to, it's like an eagle or a bird, any kind of bird, I would imagine, except for like a sparrow or something. If they were just to jump up, like they can't just fly, just maybe jumping up straight. They need to kind of jump off a little bit of a height and then kind of get that vibe. We're not condoning anybody to do any jumping off anything. This is completely allegorical. Human beings cannot fly. No. Disclaimer. Francesca, I'm not saying, just going onto the screen, we are not saying that people can fly. We're not. Because people have tried that in the past and not once has it worked.
No.
Unless on that Greek myth.
Icarus, he went too close to the sun.
It didn't work. Yeah, it worked for a while, but then desire.
Yeah.
Sneaky little. Just a little bit more. Can I just a little bit more?
I just want relief from that irritation. Oh.
That's another thing about our society right now is we have so much. Like we're living, again, I'm speaking about Europe, or first world countries. I'm just speaking from my experience because I haven't done too much globe trotting except for in our little area. That there is this madness where we are living like, so if you think about the last kind of 100,000 or even 250,000, let's just do last 100,000 years of human beings, the way we're living, even if we're living in the most, simplest way we possibly can, we're living like better than kings and queens did.
Yeah, they were frozen.
For all that time.
They had fires in every room. They were still a bit frozen and they didn't have the kind of levels of comfort that we had. They were at the top of society.
They didn't have the mattresses we have and the pillows and the windows. Just windows. Can you imagine how drafty it was without windows for so long?
Yeah.
And it was dark and dingy and, we have like kettles and toasters and ovens.
Washing machines. We don't have to scrub things by hand.
Washing machines is maybe the best invention of all time.
One of them.
And phones.
They didn't have dishwashers. Then again, it was all wooden stuff, but still. I'm saying for the people who didn't have like servants and.
It was just, you used to have people living in your house. I don't know if you didn't have that feeling of privacy. You always had the mask on. You always had the wall up in the front because, I don't know.
But the stress, well
I wouldn't know.
Different type of stress.
To have been a royal person in the past, or even now. I think it is
joking,
an absolute prison, and I think some people can see it as well. They're living this life of luxury, and maybe yes, they do have the nicest clothes on the planet,
sure, when you've had luxury
and the
all
nicest
the time,
food.
You don't feel it,
yeah, but and eating from gold or whatever. But is that really what we want?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you live inside your head.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're surrounded by all this luxury. You're still in the gilded prison. You're still the victim of the quality of your thoughts. I mean, that's we live through that filter. How we filter reality. Quality of our thoughts really is our religion,
yes.
because we live by that no matter what denomination
yes.
or creed.
Yep.
literally our religion, is the quality of our thoughts.
Yep.
Because it's, that's what you live by. That's how you filter reality, and that's how you respond to it. And you respond to it in order to relieve an irritation or to go towards comfort. And that's dictated by your how you see the world. How much irritation you feel and how much comfort you need. Is that right?
Yes, of course. Absolutely. I was just thinking how funny it is that grass is always green thing. Everyone thinks that everyone else is living a better life than them, but yet they'll still pretend that they're living the best life. They'll, that's the whole social media thing, is kind of saying, oh, we're amazing, and look at my, that great episode of Black Mirror with
she takes a picture of the cupcake and takes a bite out of it.
It's a biscuit.
Biscuit, sorry.
It's this lovely biscuit. It looks so cute, and she doesn't even drink coffee, and she takes like this little bite, and then she spits out the biscuit because maybe she doesn't like it or doesn't want to put weight on or whatever, and then takes a picture, and the picture is fabulous of the biscuit and the coffee, and it's like my morning treat or something, just to get and that's an old Black Mirror. I wish I could think of the name.
Maybe it was some kind
anyway, it was absolutely, that was one of the best. That was just unbelievable. That was probably in the second last series. And then if I remember rightly, excuse me, the being poisoned and the you're making me laugh. The latest, I think last year, and I might be wrong, but but I think I saw a picture of, season whatever, the latest season of Black Mirror, and it was advertised in a bus station in London.
Oh yeah.
So whatever season, I didn't know what they're on, season 8 or something.
Yeah.
Season 8 Black Mirror, and it was just this dark mirror.
It's like, we're already there. It's like, so I don't think we're the only people who think. Charlie Brooker is not the only. He's got his finger somewhat on the pulse of society. That I'm not going to go, oh my God.
He's a very brave man.
Terrible.
He's very brave.
I would say I'm an apocalyptimist. So I think something.
You have to be. What else are you going to be? We have to be.
I think it's going to go. It's going to go bad, but for a reason, to get rid of the old, shake off the old, but not to go towards a more efficient and electronically controlled everything. Of course not. And. That's another conversation.
It's so handy. Oh my God, it's just so convenient, Jer.
I just want my hand.
You're living in the dark ages. Oh my God, you guys have just been
technophobes. Are we technophobes?
You're technophobes. You've been in your hermitage too long, and oh my God, just wake up. We're in the 21st century, Jer.
Yeah. So let's
just put a little chip in your brain. You can pay. Just walk in, take what you want. You might have a few glitches every so often, but
don't have to carry your wallet.
You don't gotta carry your wallet.
Yeah.
And if you have your phone there too, you don't gotta carry your wallet, your phone, your keys. You just walk around. You don't have to think about anything. You just walk wherever they tell you to walk. In between the lines, Jer.
Easy for Disco. Easy.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I did an American accent. A very bad American accent. I apologise to any American. It just makes me laugh. I actually love the American accent. Yeah. We've got a very dear friend who is American, and she's brilliant.
You love listening to her.
I think she's brilliant. I'm not doing your voice, Ushlu, just in case you were.
Because I think it's you.
I wasn't at all doing your voice, but.
Well, she wouldn't say that, would she?
No, she wouldn't. She's just so wonderful. She's the biggest cheerleader of all time. Well, there's a few actually.
Yeah.
There's a few really very special cheerleaders. You know who you are. Thank you guys. In the dark times, holding the little lantern.
I've got some oil.